Get my candle in. See who comes in. If anyone comes in. Hi. Look at my nails, Sue. Got to do that hand. Hi, Tapper. Hi, LA. For Christmas, I've got, I know they don't look it. These one I've got like pinky. These one I've got like pinky on, but you can't see it. Hi, blue for JFK Jr. Hi, and this one, Tiffany blue. Can you see the snowflakes I've printed on it? Don't know if it'll... Snowflakes. Just got to do that hand, so let's not look at that hand. We'll look at this hand. Oh, did you see some Tiffany blue Christmas tree ornaments? I would have brought some, but next year, yeah. Just have a blue. Ooh, it's on 17. No, it's gone down to 50. What's up with my other hand? Because I've not done my nails. I've took them off. I've got one hand on, one hand off. So yeah. Oh, toodaloo. What, you mean hi and bye? Or was you meant to be saying hi, but you said toodaloo because you said it back to front? Hi, Mark. Hi. Got JP, Sue, Lou, Warrior, AJ. It's fake hand, admit it. Yeah, it's fake. Which one's fake, though? Yeah, I saw the ring you put up in a comment. I don't know if Sue was getting one. Mine was cheaper than yours. Mine was $5.99, I think. So... it can go on any fingers though, because it's one of them, you know, adjustable ones, but it's blue. So sorry people in America, but I haven't actually seen... Oh yeah, you put it up for Sue. Yeah, she was asking. Daddy Bush's funeral today. I haven't actually seen it, but my dad was telling me about it. You know, Trump sat there like, oh, you know, because he was saying how good a Bush was, a good man and all this. I was like, I don't think I'd be able to keep my face. I wouldn't be able to do it. Put it up for... Yeah. Still can't find it. AJ got one that was near... It wasn't exactly the same. It was near enough the same, but I think it just had a bit more things around here. But if you just put in silver... I don't know. Turquoise gemstone ring. It should come up. Yeah, Sue, AJ put it on my comment from the other day when he said he's put a link in a comment for you, so you can find it. I like yours. It was the one he found one, and then he found two, and the second one was just like this, apart from it's exactly the same, apart from these three little bits here. It just had a few little more, but it was near enough the same. Actually, just let me go on eBay and let me see what I actually put in for you. Yeah. It was. Tibetan silver, turquoise gemstone. Tibetan silver, moonstone, turquoise. Oh yeah, because you can get moonstone one or turquoise. It had a few different... put Tibetan silver gemstone ring in. Turquoise gemstone ring. It should come up. I had to go through a few to get that one because there was different ones. And then that popped up. And I've just ordered myself a small bottle of, because I've run out, perfume. And I like dear ones, but obviously I don't buy dear ones. But you might like this too, I don't know. I know it's Britney Spears, I know, but it's, you know, the Midnight Fantasy. I love it. I love really sweet smelling stuff, so ran out of perfume, people. I haven't had any for ages, so you're welcome. So, you know what I'm talking about? Well, hang on a minute. Let me just have a look on my dad's thing. So obviously it was Bush's funeral today. I didn't watch it, but I will watch it at some point. Is Dave on yet? Because Dave, I'm nearly finished your bag and I've got to start Sandy's, but it'll be done by the end of this week. Hopefully by Friday. So I should be able to post it. X22 report has done a really, really good report for Q people. What we've been looking at the minute is, you know, there's loads of like, you found it good, loads of like, you know, in France, the rising and the police, the military, the firemen are taking the hats off and all that. Has anyone seen this? Talking about an uprising. Oh, sorry, it's my phone again. I hate this phone. Oh, right. All over the world. Not showing this on mainstream media, are they? Where's this on mainstream media? United we stand. Not playing that on mainstream media, are they? Of everyone rising in all the countries around the world, marching and stuff, and going with you know, big lighters and stuff like that. So hi. There was that. There was now this one. You know, because I'm going to go into this in a bit. You know, I'm on my Ascension, extraterrestrials, and all that sort of stuff. No, mainstream media don't. One of the Q drops was, actually, I'm going to go over to it. See what you think. So, hi to everybody in chat. I'm just going to go over. And those of you who've just come in while that just loads itself. Nails! JFKG. I've done new ones and they've got little snowflakes on, if you can see. Oh, right, here it is. Right, I'm not going through all of them, but the one that stands out is... Mind you, I do love that bit where it says, how much attention does Q receive from the fake news media? Why are they working so hard to try and discredit something they labelled as fake conspiracy? People awake are what they fear the most. Loss of control, the great awakening, where we go on, we go on Q. But the one I was looking at was... ooh, there's the Bush funeral. I don't really want to... ooh, no. Oh, they were all passing messages around with paper again, weren't they? I think I've got something on that, so I'll show you. Is it this one? Was it this one? I actually don't know where it is. What was the title of the video you showed? I'll look at it in a minute. Was it this one? Oh, it's this bit at the bottom of, I'm not reading all of it out. It was the drop on the, was it today? I think it was today. 2548. Who knows where the bodies are buried? Flynn is safe. We protect our Patriots queue, and then it has a load of stuff on it. And but the bit that I looked at that my dad sent was, before I come in, was you are witnessing something firsthand, in brackets, that many cannot possibly comprehend or accept as reality, in brackets, sci-fi or precision planning, question mark. Coincidences, reveal W/O violating NatSec. Coincidences, mathematically impossible to be false. Coincidences, bypass installed restrictions to prevent further legal attachments. Comms understood 5x5. You know what 5x5 is. State was the target Q, but it was that bit of the sci-fi sort of thing. Because, what was I looking into then? Mathematically impossible. Me and my dad were saying, if you've been down a lot of the Q drops and researching a lot of stuff, it goes very deep and lots of things just join up with everything because it's that massive that I have said before on it and to my dad, and my dad has said to me, it can't, like people say divine intervention, whatever, like God's intervention, divine intervention, extraterrestrial intervention, because it's massive and it's just massive that I'm sure they've had help from other things, if anyone gets what I'm saying, because it's just massive. Just trying to see what they're pumping out in the news today. Washington mourns George H.W. Bush as Trump gives him the cold shoulder. I wonder why. I don't think he really wanted to sit there and hear all the speeches about how he was a good man. MPs tried to steal Brexit from British people. Well, we know about that. The Pope calls homosexuality fashionable and says gay men should not be allowed to join the clergy. You're going down soon. So hi. I'll just find out that video you're asking, Tapper. It was by, let me see who it was by. It was on Twitter by Online Magazine. Looks like this. The guy in the red beret. So arrest them all. Yeah, that's coming, because I'll tell you about that in a minute. But then I was telling someone the other day, my dad just sent me this to show this person, but you just love this, that JFK Jr. said, and we'll be saying again. It says, you're welcome. It says, people often tell me I could be a great man. I'd rather be a good man. John F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah, because sometimes I have this argument thing about he was in the bloodline, he was from the elite. Say, well, it doesn't matter, because you can still change your mind. Evil men can be great men, but people often tell me I could be a great man. I'd rather be a good man. There's a difference. So there's that. CERN. Well, CERN. This one's on Feisty Cat. Is on Twitter, and it says CERN shut down for 2 years. CERN. I wonder why. CERN shut down for 2 years. Interesting. What else would equate to a counter as per referencing cabal communications? Cabal Communications. The Large Hadron Collider is shutting down for 2 years and it won't be reopening if they were using it for what they were using it for. So that's interesting. Also, you really need to go and check out X22 report if you don't already do it. And if I watched them, but not all of them, and haven't seen this one. So they were going on about typos are deliberate. Is this the team around POTUS? And it was brilliant because it was talking about, let me see.
Life-saving emergency strobe light. Emergency fight back. They're not, but those people, I request.
When Q did the, when Trump did the Q sign at the beginning, you remember when he said ages ago, the storm's coming, and they asked what storm, and he said, you'll find out. And then what was interesting was,
Now we can see with Trump,
hang on,
came and went, and many were
listen to this.
since they do think about what Q was saying here about the number 17.
Hang on.
White squall, the Great Awakening. What do these code numbers and phrases have in common? The answer might shock.
17 minutes in,
Take a look
there was this.
at Q's post 1234 for a moment. Responding to an Annan on April 21st, Q posted this: Annan, females, even deeper.
This is like the
Working on a separate project decoding now see at MES THEP at in 23 THEP, theoretical high energy physics. Guess what? That is being done in CERN. So there are quite a few Q posts and Twitter threads that cover the topic of DNA manipulation to suppress humanity.
DNA.
So they're thinking about the number 23 here and CERN, what they were up to. And it looks like this has to do with how many chromosomes do people have. In humans, each cell normally contains about 23 pairs of chromosomes for a total of 46. 22 of these pairs, called autosomes, look the same in both males and females. The 23 paired, the sex chromosomes differ between males and females. Females have 2 copies of the X chromosome, while males have one X and one Y. Then Sharper Image added the following. What if I told you this is about DNA? What if I told
I know.
we have everything? What if I told you we never lose anything? What is hot 1 to 12? Is this a reference to the 12 strands of DNA? What is 335 DNA? We have more than we know. Have POTUS and Q signaled us on how we can restore our DNA to its origins? This thread right now will explain QAnon Post 522 and how real Donald Trump wants to save the world from genetic corruption. After understanding Post 522, it will unlock many other Q posts.
So, go and watch X22 report, because if you follow Q and you see all the Q posts and they say different things, they've always said, we have everything, we have more than you know, or we know, whatever it is. That can mean quite a lot of things, because they do have more like information and things like data and collectedness on everyone, but also it looks like it's also meaning we have more than we know. We have more DNA strands than we know, and they need to be sort of like put back together, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, more plant. Yeah, well, I've got to tell you about that in a minute. So that's like interesting. And CERN's been shut because that's what they were doing. It was being used as a dumbed down machine as well. So that's very interesting. Breaking down our DNA is not letting us be the powerful sort of beings we're meant to be, with 12 strands, whatever it is that we've got. If anyone gets what I'm saying, talking about DNA, have I not, or have I been talking about the ascension and DNA, crystalline DNA and stuff? So that was interesting, because I didn't think that was going to pop up on X22 reports. That was interesting, which goes into, you need to really go over. Now, if you like reading, because this is a really long read, but it's really good. You know all the stuff that I'm into, ascension and spiritual side, and I'm always going on about love, because I think the highest frequency is love. And then when I read this, I was like, oh my God, that's what it's all about. And ascending and being in the right frequency, and in my world that's what's going to happen. Things will work out in the end, and frequencies of music, how that affects us, all that sort of stuff. So then you go on to where we go one, we go all, like finding out the truth. Q looks like this on Twitter. You go onto this link here, X whatever, and it'll come up. But you can go on Google and type in, if you want to get a pen, anybody, I'll just give you a minute to get a pen, because if you like reading, you can go on Google this and read it, and it's got loads of little sections you can go and read about all sorts of different things. Hi Dave, I am doing your bag. Hopefully it'll be ready for Friday. You know what I'm like, I get distracted, but it will be ready. It's nearly there. And you can read this and read it section by section. It's just a good read. It's like reading a book a little bit. So you can just sit down with it, but it's big because it's got different sections to it. So you want to write down xekleidoma. That was the age I became shamanic. So I'll say that again. xekleidoma. If you want to go to Google. If you're on Twitter, it's on @FindTruthQ, and that's what it looks like. And you just need to go onto that link, and it will bring up this. And then you can go through all the things along there. So I looked on it and was like, wow, it's like the stuff I talk about. If you can see the I don't know if you can see the picture. Extraterrestrials, your pineal gland, and all that sort of stuff. And evolution is going to be back. Yeah, and it's going on about, I don't think it's going to be that backwards. Planetary liberation. And it goes through everything. Even, I believe my dad said, George Bush's death is mentioned in this, and everything. It goes through, let me have a look. The world as it is, the cabal strategies, I can't say it, and practices, religion versus spirituality, light versus dark, and all this sort of stuff. And it was just mega. I didn't go on the beginning bit because I was like, yeah, we know about all the money side and all that side of it. But some of it, I was going to read some of it out because I was like, oh my God, it's sort of like what I've been talking about. Planetary liberation, it says, basically, there are 3 phases in the plans of the light forces for planet Earth and its inhabitants. And it does remind me of Star Wars. You know, when they said it's force with you, are you on the dark side? Which obviously what the cabal is. So, what is that? What is this? Where can you find and download the book by Franz... Who? The Bloodlines of the Illuminati. Oh, I don't know. What are you asking me for? What are you saying, Dad? I don't know. I don't know what anyone's talking. I need to read this. I'll jump in chat in a minute. I don't know what anyone... You're distracting me. Oh, sorry, no, that's the thing. Sometimes I think someone's talking to me and they're talking to someone else and I get dead distracted, so I won't look at the minute. So it says planetary liberation. Basically, there are 3 phases in the plans of the light forces for planet Earth and its inhabitants. Losing the grip of the dark forces by awakening and eliminating their power structures and technical controls. Increasing awareness among the general population and preparing for the event. Taking over from the dark forces, kicking off with fundamental changes in governance, financial, media, healthcare and science, and bringing cabal members to justice. Number 3, cleaning up and healing the planet and human beings, revealing the hidden history of Earth, disclosing the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence, and bringing people back to full consciousness. Is that not what I've been waffling on about? So I don't know what anyone thinks. And it goes on to say, we are nearing the end phase 1. Think about the Q phases and stuff. I'm like, yes, because we are. We've got over the Q bit, it's all been done really. We're just watching all the stuff play out. We've got, phases to come up of Hillary and them going to Gitmo and all that. So it says on here, clean up the pineal gland. Well, my dad said that because he said stuff I've been talking about and the things that I've been painting with blue hair And the shiny bits on my hand, the twinkly bits I keep getting on my hands. I don't mean from me twinkly nails. I mean, you know what I was talking about the other week. What we're going to crystalline your DNA or whatever. All that sort of good stuff I've been talking about is sort of all in here. Thank you. We are nearing the end phase 1 and are getting ready to commence phase 2, which will start at the time of the event. Don't forget, there was loads of people putting on YouTube the events here, the events here, the events here years ago. But don't forget, there's people out there saying that because they're trying to also put disinformation out to confuse everybody, even on the ET, in, you know, all that sort of stuff. So the event will be heralded by the event flash, which is very powerful energy pulse that will be sent by the, I think it says pleroma or something, through the galactic central sun, and that everyone will feel to some degree, depending on each person's sensitivity. Upon arrival of this flash on Earth, the current financial system will be shut down. Like I said, it will be. It needs to be. I'll come in chat in a minute. Shut down immediately. A mass arrest of all cabal members worldwide will commence. This will be broadcasted live on television for everyone to witness around the world. So that's a bit like when JFK got killed and they broke into the system, didn't they? So, Indian warrior. Everyone's witness. After the dust of phase 2 has settled and people have come to understand what is going on and why it is happening, we will move into phase 3, which is intended to clean up the mess that has been created by the irresponsible and dark rule of the cabal and to reveal the whole untainted truth to all of humanity. After this phase is completed, no intensive assistance from the light forces will be needed anymore, and everyone will have the opinions at their disposal that best fits their individual needs and their desires. So that was interesting. So what do you all think about that? Yeah, well, there's a Christmas miracle coming, isn't there? Very soon. Tiffany blue. So and take back knowledge to share. Well, they're talking about light healers and star people and star seeds and all this sort of good stuff. That's why I said, even if you don't believe in it, whatever, but you think it's a good read, you can go over and read it, and it's a really good read. You can read it in bed before you go to bed. But it also says on here, what has been accomplished so far? A lot has been accomplished in the years following the Treaty of, I think it says, Asha or something. I'm not very good at reading. That was concluded in 1994. Although things on Earth got worse intensively due to the remaining dark forces withdrawing from the Orion and concentrating their forces, in the solar system and around Earth. From the turn of the century onwards, the light forces were able to mount a counter-offence and gradually conquer and clear deep underground and undersea military bases. Because we know they had military bases. I just want to chat on that. We know they had military bases because we know there's bunkers, because when the New World Order was going to come in, they were going to go under Earth, the people in the Earth, and they were going to nuke and everything, the top where we are, fighting wars and this, that and the other, famine and all that sort of stuff, while they were cosy in the bunkers until they got rid of most of us, blah, blah, blah. If you've been into all that. Hi. And then it said underground and undersea military bases. This was partly done by Earth's own government officers and soldiers that are aligned with the light forces, partly by the resistance movement and partly by humanoids from other star systems. Just makes me think of Star Wars. And do you remember like New Earth, New Hope, and all that sort of stuff? I don't know. Star systems. As a result, some 500 million physical reptilians were removed from the planet. Many human hostages were liberated and taken to galactic... I know this sounds batshit crazy, people. Confederation spheres for recovery and healing for the shelters where the Cabal was planning to hide after fulminating a third world war have been rendered Also, many smaller bases of the dark forces on the moons and asteroids in the solar system have been taken over by the light forces. Their technologies that strengthen the veil and surrounding cosmos have been cleared. More human hostages have been liberated in 2010. Most physical implants were administered through vaccination programs. Vaccination programs and the reform programming have been removed by the resistance movement from the human population by use of special technology, and that could be operated from a distance. Plasma implants that suppress higher knowledge have not been successfully removed yet, but have been made less efficient in their functioning. In subsequence, is that the right word? Years, billions of non-physical reptilians and other negative entities have been removed from the plasma and etheric planes, mass meditation portal activations. Basically, I'm not even reading it out because I want you to go over and read it if you're into all this stuff. It might sound bat mad to everybody, but does anyone remember about the sun observatories getting shut down? And we were all wondering what that was, and there was loads of stuff going on about there was motherships there was this there was that there was things either going out or coming in, it's a portal, this, that and the other. Maybe they were leaving because they know what's coming in, because basically this channel is basically saying that the cabal's going down for one, and also those negative entities, those extraterrestrials that have been here helping control with them, underground, undersea and everywhere. And that's why I think you were hearing in America a lot of explosions. Everyone's going on about fracking, this, that, and the other, under the ground a bit ago, because they were going in the underground bunkers, going for these not so good things. Mainstream media will report something else. I need to find you the pictures that I saw about extraterrestrials and everything, but I want to read a little bit more. All the stuff I've been talking about, I'm like, oh my God, it's like the stuff I've been talking about. It's even got in here songs by Michael Jackson that I was talking about. I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to go through little snippets, but I want you to go and read it. So I'm not going to ruin it all for you. And it's too long. So I'll mention it again, what it is at the end. So what does it say? It says the event, when the event's going to happen. This is what will happen shortly after the event, because the event, I'm going to read this bit out because I quite like it. Yeah, this is what happened during the event. The immediate termination of the corrupt debt-based financial system. All digital transactions will be blocked. Only cash transactions will continue. All financial instruments and derivations, I don't even know what it says, worth dozens of times the real economy will be zeroed out. Mass arrests of the cabal members worldwide, corrupt bankers, politicians, presidents, officials, negative secretaries, secret society members, black nobility, Jesuits, something or other. The mass arrests will be reported and broadcasted live on television, and general information about the cabal and their institutionalized crimes will be disputed. This is what will happen shortly after the event, because we know all this is starting to happen, has happened or whatever, it's moving. All of the books, shadow accounts will be closed and zeroed out. Illegal and fraudulent businesses agreements with the cabal will be cancelled. The billion-dollar gold bonds with the Asian royal families received in the 1930s in exchange for their physical gold will be submitted to the Federal Reserve Board for the long overdue repayments in physical gold plus interest, as the Federal Reserve and their shareholders will be unable to repay them. It will cause a cascade of bankruptcies of all the cabal controlled banks and financial institutions, because I had heard about the Rothschilds lately in the banks and they can't get the money and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm not in chat at the minute. All financial debts public, all financial debts public and private will be cancelled in one time. Worldwide debt resets, because they've got us in the debts. They keep us in the debts to get us consuming. They kept us in the debt with taxes and taxes and stuff, as in with wars that we didn't do. They made them and we pay for them. So and this is what I was shouting out in a perfect world, and this is what I believe is going to happen in the end. A new fair and balanced based financial system will be put into operation. Documentaries, testimonies, and evidence will be shown to the public, detailing the diverse criminal and evil activities of the cabal. This is what, I don't know if this resonates with anyone, but it definitely resonates with me because this is what I've been saying anyway. This is what will happen sometime after. It's going in little phases. They come up with us. Yeah, we didn't come from apes, did we? Bloody hell. All armed conflicts will cease at the instigators and financiers have been removed, and rebels learn they will learn how they have been manipulated, because they have. Everyone's been manipulated, even those on the other side, by the top ones. Multinational corporations will be split up and nationalised. Brilliant. Cabal members who refuse to accept the light will be taken to the galactic central sun and have their soul reset. I sort of believe in this stuff. Some of you might not, but I do, because it is all to do with DNA and all that. Reset. The others will be put on trial in courts of justice and answer for the crimes they committed in a truth and reconciliation process. New worthy and constituous leaders will take over the positions of power that used to be filled by the cabal members. Prosperity funds will be released to all humanity, and assets illegally obtained by the cabal will be redistributed. Large-scale projects will start to end poverty, stop disruption of nature, which definitely needs to happen, and the environment, clean up the oceans and improve infrastructure. Suppressed advanced technologies will be released and made, because we know we've got them, people. Way advanced people. Suppressed and advanced technologies will be released and made available to put into mass production, among which free energy devices are the most important. Suppressed information about the presence of and past contacts with extraterrestrial beings will be disclosed. This is what happens somewhere longer after the event. Are you ready for this bit? I'm going to talk about the extraterrestrials. And I just want to say, I woke up this morning with a bump on my head there. You can't see it. Small, like I'd hit my head on something when I woke up, and I thought, I didn't hit my head on anything. Not unless I've been out on the astral, because I don't know what I did. You know what I'm like? So, I don't know what's going on. So, I don't know what anyone thinks about that. You can think it's batshit crazy, but I'm just saying, if all this comes out and you're wondering why, I have talked about all this, like I talk about everything. Everything and anything. So, flying through a red light. Well, this bit, I'll talk about the extraterrestrial bits now, because I just love this bit. So, it's on a website, it's brilliant. And then I'll talk about the flip side of this that some people might see. It might have been something else. And I'm like, no. So, this is what will happen. These are going in events, so you're going to see like the arrests and all that, and then things are going to come after the rest. So they're like the little phases. So, what's the website? It is, I've got to go through all the thing again. Oh, hang on. It's called www.xekleidoma.info. You want to go and read all of it. Go on the homepage and read all of it. So, let me find the other. Oh, Dad. This is what happens somewhat longer after the event. You know, a little bit when everyone's getting their head round all the arrests and this, that and the other, and little bits and bobs and, you know, new technologies and stuff. Then it will be extraterrestrial beings of light will meet face to face with human beings from Earth, first on an individual basis and later on a large scale in public, because we're going to talk about this in a minute. Inner Earth, remember all the things that I'm on about Inner Earth, and I've just said about the things that were underground. We all know there's tunnels under the Earth, and if you don't know, there's tunnels under cities and everything. You know, where they were going to go in the bunkers. So, Inner Earth humans will contact the surface population and establish official ties, because there's things there as well. We will be reunited with our soul family. And those of us whose soul doesn't originate from Earth will be able to return to their home planet. Maybe that's me. I don't know. I think I'm a bit off planet. The ascension plan for the planet Earth will be announced and the ascension process will start. Humans will be brought to their light chambers on the spheres of the Galactic Confederation to be brought to full consciousness. Individuals and groups will be held from the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual damage they have suffered, and everyone will be held accountable for their individual role. The negative people that are not is it affiliated with the cabal will be re-educated and trained to live constructive lives. You know, the ones that were just sort of, you know, told to work from and stuff. Earth will be offered the opportunity to join the Galactic Confederation. The world after the event. This is what I love. The world after the event. I'm sure I've sort of spoke of this. I'm going to read it out quickly. Are you all still with me? WW, yes, that's right. I think it was .info though, .info. I'll shout it out again at the end so I don't have to keep going through it. The world after the event. Only by the living, for some time in real liberty, free from debt, misery, exploitation, manipulation, wars, I'm getting YouTube coming up. Wars, crime, lies, deceit, and high treason. Will people realise that a huge difference it makes to have overcome the dark forces? This is the normal way of living. It is the normal way of living. I'm going to talk about all this in my way after I've read this out. Have I not been shouting this out? Being in living to help and support each and every living in their pursuit of happiness. Their pursuit of happiness. The fucked up way, that's what it says. The fucked up way of living, if you can call it living at all, what we have been doing, that people have experienced before the event will be gladly forgotten once the truth and the reconciliation, process has begun rounded off. Many wonderful things will happen and everyone will get an ample chance to develop their talents and deploy their abilities precisely in the line with their deepest desires, as many of us have already required very remarkable and unique skills to surmount the setbacks, cope with the perils, and bypass the obstacles that were put in our way. Our services will be in high demand throughout the entire universe, and space travel will become a normal phenomenon in the near future. Working weeks will be much less strenuous and will comprise about half of today's working hours due to introduction of more advanced technologies. I did mention that and I will be talking about that because I was talking about that to someone the other day. All that sort of good stuff. So when I've just read this out quickly, I'll jump into chat with you and we'll have a bit of a natter about it. So just let me read this bit out. Blah, 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 blah. What's it say? The deepest desires, many, blah, 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 blah. High demand throughout the entire universe and space travel. Yeah. So working weeks will be much less strenuous and will compromise about half of today's working hours due to introduction of more advanced technologies. The benefits of future automation and robotization will go to the general population and not to any elite. Private life will be easier as well because of the introduction of replicators, is that? In brackets says there's a much more advanced version of 3D printers. Costs of productions will be slightly, significantly lower as a result of free energy and lower taxes. Technologies that pollute the environment will be phased out and quite swiftly and replaced by clean production methods, because we know we've got them, and transportation systems. There will be much stronger attention for spiritual development and everything that comes with it, as I have been saying. It will become a matter of course to spend time on your spiritual nature. People will become psychic, clairvoyant, sensitive to other people's feelings. They will also learn to communicate their feelings. They will also learn to communicate telepathically. Healthcare will undergo a revolutionary transformation as well. It will be based on energetic healing. We know there's loads of that going on at the minute. Energetic healing, complemented with natural substances, the stuff from the earth that we're supposed to use, not the shit they've been giving us. Natural substances that are healing properties instead of operating by use of incisions and putting people, I think it's incisions, and putting people on synthetic pills and stuff that only combat symptoms. Holistic traditions that have fallen into oblivion, or whatever you call it, or that have been abandoned in favour of modern hobbies and leisure activities will be retrieved as their true value and beauty is recollected as it should be, because they're natural from the earth. Recollected. Architecture, I love this. Architecture will change from chiefly masculine, because don't forget the divine's coming in, people, which I'm going to talk about, style of design that emphasises functionality, clarity and efficiency, to a balanced style of design that incorporates feminine aspects like mystique, softness and beauty. Natural architectures, I'm going to build them. Where's it gone? Oh, natural architecture takes its shapes from nature, so it should. Beautiful. While intuitive architectures, I could be an intuitive architecture, I don't know nothing about it, but uses intuition to combine masculine and feminine, needs to come together, not just one or the other, qualities in a perfectly balanced way. Industrial design, garden and landscape designs will show a similar development. Handcrafts will show handcrafts. I'll be there with the handcrafts. Handicrafts. Oh, that will produce distinctive products, both practical and beautiful at the same time. We will see a recovery once people don't need to turn every penny over twice. And then it's got some pictures of a bit sci-fi, but they do look gorgeous. These sort of houses and a stadium, and I don't know if you can see this, just so cute. Yeah, universal love. And I'm just going to read the last bit. Living your wildest dreams. So let's read this bit, because there's loads on this, so you can go and read it yourself. Living your wildest dreams. It's funny this, because my dad was saying, you've talked all about this, you're drinking your water. I went, yeah, no. The road is wide open for everyone to make their dreams come true. Once the environment has changed from being obstructive to being supportive, even your wildest dreams will come in reach as light assumes its rule over the planet. Given the fact that love and sex are the strongest forces in nature, which they are, especially if you're in love with somebody, in nature, and are two sides of the same coin, many people will desire to live out their untamed fantasies. I foresee this taking a wide variety of shapes and applications, and it should be intimately connected to intuition. Sex is the second, or sacral, I can't say it, chakra force, love. The fourth of the heart, chakra force, and we've been talking about chakras. Chakra force, love, fourth of the heart, chakra force, and intuition, the sixth of the third eye, chakra force. All these are feminine forces. And intuition will provide the clear perception of what a partner needs and desires beyond what is plainly observable. Because I'm going to talk about that in a minute, that side of that. I'm going to try and do my spin on it. A second core instinct of mankind is creativity. Any person stripped of life's burdens and obligations will want to create again. You will, because you'll have more time to create and do these things. That's what we're supposed to be doing, creating beautiful things. And burdens and obligations will want to create again. This is a sacral chakra, feminine force. Yeah, I've been creating. I think I'm a feminine force. Feminine force, and it drives us to invent, design and build anything tiny, ultra large that we can come up with, Add the love to create things and beauty, and add the intuition to create things of practical use, and new creations will turn out splendidly. A third core instinct of humans is self-improvement, becoming more skillful. That's your basal chakra, stronger solar plexus chakra, more communicative, throat chakra. Remember when mine went? These are masculine forces at work with the ultimately make gods and goddesses out of ordinary men and women. So it doesn't matter which part of yourself you want to develop and explore more deeply, and it doesn't matter if you are better than another or not. Just follow your inspiration and grow into what you venture into. The meaning of life is to love and be loved, is what I'm always shouting out about. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to create marvelous wonders and to be the best you can be in any field of your preference, because we won't all be dumbed down, working hard, this ill, this, that and the other. So I don't know what anyone thinks of that, but I'm like, well on board. Check out the Matrix YouTube, Twitter War Drummer, YouTube, The Pacers, Q, Saving, P for last. Yeah. So because I'm talking about that sort of new earth stuff, what does everyone think about that? There's loads more, by the way. I think my dad's read all of it, haven't you, Dad? And it says about the Bush's death and this, that, and there's loads on it. No, I haven't. I will. But I want to say, before I start, you can read this, and there's a flip side of that, because some people will say that's what they want you to think, because that's the other side of Agenda 21. They're wanting you to think that you're going to be well and go to these places, because really, they're going to put you in the FEMA camps. No, they were going to do that, but the FEMA camps are now for people like MS-13 and all that, because they've had to get big places to hold all these people in. So yeah, they were going to do that, because I saw all that cack put on YouTube a bit ago about, oh, guess what's coming, Agenda 20. Well, we know about that, but Agenda 1's been mowed down, really. So it does sound like that one where they did put one out like that, and then someone said to me today, oh yeah, but it might be the one where it sounds like that to make you think it's nicer. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, what's the point in Q coming out and helping the people rise up, as you can see all over the world, when they might as well have just let Hillary win? What's the point? Someone please tell me what the point is. There's no point getting us riled up when they could easily have just let Hillary win and do the third world order, do the new world order, their world order, one world order, what theirs was. What's the point? Because this has just disrupted everything for them. So that's what you've got to think about if you're thinking that isn't what's self-realisation dolly level. Yeah. It was, Dad, find that link and give it to JP. I'm going to say it at the end anyway, JP, because it's what I'm talking about. So I will put it up at the end. I will write it in after. I know I'm terrible, but it's just me. I'm just not organised at all. So some people can look at that, because I've seen all that before, where you think, oh, it's great, and they were good, because what they were going to do in America, I believe, is they were going to nuke America, obviously they were going to start World War III off, with Russia. Then they were going to say to people in America, oh, if you want to feel safe because all this is going off, you can get in these FEMA camps and we'll look after you. Well, they weren't going to look after you in the FEMA camps, were they? That was a way of getting rid of you. But those FEMA camps are there now since Trump's taken over, being used for something totally different. Being used to capture people like MS-13 and people like that, because they have to hold them somewhere. There's that bloody many of them. Hi. So I don't know what anyone thinks about that, but a lot of this stuff that's in this, I've skimmed through some of it, and my dad said, I can't believe, it's good. And he said it's even a lot of things that I've been shouting out about for ages. And I'm always shouting out about love. One thing I'm always shouting out about is love. Everything's love. I have hearts all over my house, is love. And it says at the bottom, the meaning of life is to love and be loved, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because they're saying that this is the first time it's coming in where we go on about, when I've gone on about like the 3D, the 4D, the 50, it's never been in, love is all you need. It's never been in with the physical. This time they're saying extraterrestrials are coming in to see this. This time, because we're going to find out the truth about everything, It's all coming in. So it has to be everything. So it is going to be like heaven on earth because it's actually going to be in the physical. And what I was saying about, it was saying about the chakras on there, when it mentions sex and relationships, to me, where does it say? It says about love and sex are the strongest forces in nature. I was talking to someone about this yesterday, I think it was, or today, I can't remember. Think about it. All the stuff they put out there today is sexualized, right? And I'm sorry, men, but I am going to say this. And I know it's not just men, but you'll know what I'm saying. And I'm just going to say this, how I think it is pornography is rife. It's not like it's rife, right? Kids watch it, they can easily access it, this, that, and the other. And I'm not being prudish, I'm just saying, think about it. They pump all this stuff out in music, they pump all this stuff out with pornography. And they do things in China like where, they have these dolls, for, if you haven't got a partner, you know what I'm talking about, they look real. I've seen some Chinese people in China where they've got the phones and they've got like these little cartoons on and they're like little girls, what they called in China, the little animated cartoons. It's just a face, but they say that's my girlfriend. It's a computer. It's just a cartoon face. That's my girlfriend because they haven't got time for a real girlfriend. Yeah, that's another reason why I turned your tea off, because everything's sexualized. And what I can see, I don't know if anyone thinks the same as me, is all this stuff is to split up families, split up marriages, split up relationships, to get the younger next generations to not connect. You know what I'm talking about? Men and women connecting properly, physically, mentally, spiritually, not through a computer. Sorry, not having sex with a computer or with these dolls because someone's feeling lonely. Does anyone get what I'm saying? Like that robot that's in Saudi Arabia. It's to disconnect you. People think that's good. No, it's not good. They're disconnecting you from like proper love, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Yeah, the porn industry, it's right, and that's why it is, because it's not real. That's not real. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not how it works properly. That is not love. That is not, a man and a woman come together. If they truly love each other, then you'd know what that highest power is, you know what I'm saying? If you're properly in love with each other. And that's why they're always throwing stuff out there. Guys fall for girls. Yeah, but like, when girls and guys go out now, they're having one night stand, this and that. It's all that thing to do that because it's all right, because it's pumped out on TV. People are having affairs, people are doing this, people are doing that. Because really, when they're just having a one night stand or whatever you call it, it's just lust. It's not true love with somebody, because that's the biggest energy you can have if it's with somebody. I know that sounds a bit, it's not even old fashioned, it's the truth. That's why they pump all this stuff out there. Yeah, it is low vibrations, and then some men and women get obsessed with it and they think that that's real. It's not. It's taking you away. It's like desensitizing yourself away from, you know what I'm saying? I can't explain it properly, but you know what I mean. And then you're getting people who are having relationships with dolls and computers, and it's like, that's not real, right? Yeah, wham bam, thank you, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to, it's disconnecting the connection, not just that, through disconnecting families, and then they're bringing the transgendering. I've known people who are transgender. It's not the people who are transgender, it's the bringing it in young kids there again, sexualising them younger, messing them up, asking them they should be transgender. There's somebody pumping out now, it's been on the news, they're dressing the little boy as a girl at a young age, and he's confused, and when he goes to his dad he says he doesn't want to, but she wants to because she thinks it's fashionable and thinks it's good because that's what people are doing right now. You are messing your kids' heads up. They don't need to know at an early age. They don't need to know anything at an early age. All they need to know is to be a child, play with what they want to play with, go out in nature and play, instead of having all this crap pumped into your head of sexualising them and you should be this, and they're going to hi from Australia, they're asking them, they were going to start asking them in schools at the age of 3, what sex do you think you are, because apparently there isn't 2 sexes when there is. It was like, what? Like, what? It's all that to break absolutely everything down. That's what they were doing. They were going to bring it in next year in schools, and I said, my son, I'll go into that school and I'll say, pardon? Why would a kid at the age of 3, or any kids, they don't, I weren't, when I was in my day and age, they weren't asking us questions. We weren't thinking about stuff like that. You just played out. If you were a boy and you played with a pram, you played with a pram just because you wanted to push the wheels round. Gender fluidity, do you know what I mean? Because I do believe there's people born like that, and if they are, they normally wait till they're older, and then if they have to change, they have to change when they're old enough in their minds to know, because there are a lot of people now who wishing they hadn't have done it. They're messing people up, so you can't put that into a child's head. A child doesn't know what they want. One minute they want to be a spaceman, the next minute they want to be something else, so you out, do you know what I mean? But that's the agenda. I know it's the agenda, but that I'm just saying, that's the agenda they were pumping out. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, well, they take everything now, don't they? They know everything anyway. They have everything on everybody. Or they did. It's been changed a little bit now. But yeah. But like I said, this website's really good. So there was that bit of it. Let me see the other bit. Sex without love, nothing. And deeds and the good in that. Exactly. Exactly. It is magic. If you're with the right person. And that's what it is. Making love, not they're pumping out all the time now that like it's nothing, because it is, that's what they say. One of the highest forms of magic is that when you're with the right person, when you're with your twin flame, whatever you want to call it. So, my son knows stuff. He's 11. I told him they are really exactly, and they don't need to, write in UK high school and primary school. Which do you align with? 23 options. Yeah. What do you align with? 23 options. What? Yeah, but when they come together, that's the highest form of energy on the planet. So that was said in here as well. That's the highest. No, it's not nasty. If you're with someone you love, it, like it says in here, I believe that is if you're with your twin flame, your soulmate, whatever it's supposed to be, if you're in love properly, with that, like it says in it, that's the highest form of energy. So you think about it, why have they been trying to get all that taken away? Because it's the highest form of energy, true love. And if two people are in proper love, I don't mean because they're with someone because they've got money and they're only with them because they've got money, or that's why they tried to pull it apart. They know that's the highest form of energy. So that's why they've been doing it. It's nasty if but if you the right way with the right person, and that is what I'm saying. And it said it in here, and I thought, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. If it's from love, it's one of the highest forms of energy. The highest form of energy is love. So, it creates life as well. Exactly. It said that. Let me just find it. Let me find it. It said, I'll talk about it. I'm not bothered. I think it was. Let me see if it's in here. In the dimensions of love, right? In the highest dimensions, no darkness can exist, only love. This is because there is a deep understanding in the higher dimensions that the works and what doesn't work, paired with a full recognition of our origin and divine nature, there is a beautiful expression that sums it up perfectly. One for all and all for one. Do you remember D'Artagnan? One for one and one for all. Do, 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 do. Like the Three Musketeers. Another spot-on saying is, no man is an island. Not only do we need each other, which I'm always saying, we need each other for exchange of services and knowledge, reflection and development, but we are very much interconnected on all levels of existence. Source chose to split itself into I love this bit, listen to this. Source chose to split itself, God, source, whatever you want to call it. Source chose to split itself into countless parts so that it could interact with itself, look back upon itself, and express itself in the greatest possible variety of tastes and flavours. It didn't want a few colours, but all colours, not a few shapes, but all shapes. The split is not final, and neither is the absolute. It is like a long journey that we undertake, and the destination of which is reunification with Source. Only those in the lower dimensions have forgotten about our common origin and destiny, and we have lost ourselves in the the division of personalities. As Elvis Presley sang, the worlds are strange and the worlds are strange, and each must play a part. So we play a part, but we actually are the whole. Like I've been saying, we're all one. There is no one else besides you. Contemplate that, and your perspective changes fundamentally. Now in this world we have a much watered down version of this unity consciousness, which is neatly expressed with the words, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. In other words, I help you if you help me. It has become conditional. Such is the consciousness of separation ingrained in us that we firmly believe there is something to lose. But what could you possibly lose if all there is you? How did it start? Who is wrong? Who is right? Does it really matter that the concept of darkness came into being as the absence of the light and expressed itself as evil manifested? It has been decided that it will end because it serves no purpose. It doesn't serve no purpose. There is a job to be done, mopping up the dirt. Things need to be set straight once and for all, and that means vengeance has no place, as that would only produce more bitterness and resentment. Those who full willingly inflicted great harm on others must, however, be confronted explicitly and conclusively with the pain and suffering they induced to that they will never consider such behaviour again, because if they were put to it of the pain that they've put on others, they won't want to do it, will they? Forgiving yourself. It's just a dead good read. But it also says the levels of love. Where does it say? It says something about what isn't, what is and what isn't. Where is it? Well, anyway, like I've been saying, there are multiple aspects of love which all have their own distinct quality, meaning and value, and love can express itself in a multitude of forms. The following levels can be distinguished, which correspond with the levels of our own nature and the dimensions of existence. Hi. They all come together. Love is expressed. You got physical love, mental love, emotional love, spiritual love, and divine love. So there's quite a few. It expresses itself, the levels of love. They are the levels of love. So, hang on a minute. They are the levels of love. You know, you've got to love yourself as well. Hi, Fifth World, but you'll love this Fifth World if you haven't seen it. It's a big read. It's a big read. And then it says, I love this. Where did it say? It's got the mandalas. It said love's like a mandala. I will jump in a minute. Something. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something that was dead nice on here. Where is it? Oh, here. People like things on twin flames and all that. I thought this was nice. I'll jump in a minute. I just wanted to read some of this out. Where is it? Goes on about motherly love and this, that, and the other. And then it says, romantic love can be very strong as well, as it combines emotional, mental, and physical love. And if these are well aligned, they reinforce each other and become more than the sum of the parts. This is called a mandala. You know, and if anyone doesn't know mandala, you know the patterns. It says in it where the mandala, where the exact placement of shapes, colours, and textures creates a powerful, harmonious energy field that is often symmetric and always in balance. It is no wonder so many people listening to this. It is no wonder so many people for let me say it again. Oh, where am I? It is no wonder so many people long for romantic love, and no coincidence the dark forces have interfered, because I've always been like that, interfered with it in so many ways. Platonic love combines mental and emotional love and often includes elements of spiritual love. It is forced on qualities of the individual and not on physical attraction, although it isn't prohibited. No, I can't even say it. Where am I? No, sorry, this writing's small. Qualities of the individual are not on physical attraction, although it isn't prohibitive, is it? Or physical attraction. Platonic love tends to take on spiritual dimensions as a sexual motive is not in play, and thus the contact will endure only if there is a strong click, such as a form of love may ignite between soulmates and kindred spirits, which vary a lot in age, of which one of the other is already in a monogamous love relationship with someone else. The strong this was it. I love this. The strongest love besides divine love is the love between twin flames. It multiplies individual life force 1,000-fold and has the power to overcome anything. It actually creates a moving, pulsating energy field in all dimensions that pierces the veil and uncovers all lies. That is why the dark forces have spared no effort to keep twin flames separated from each other in space and time. There is total comfort, familiarity, and recognition on a deep level between twin flames from the first moment they meet. Boom. What do you think of that? Because I was like, whoa. Because that is the highest thing. They're keeping us away from, you know, when people say, oh, soulmates, there's no such thing, I think there is. They've kept us apart because they don't want the highest form of energy, magic, whatever you want to call it, away. Because, like what I just read out there, and I was like, that's what I've always thought. That's what I've always thought. Some people have said to me, you know, it's not about being in love here on the physical, it's more about up there. It's not, it's all of it. That's how heaven on earth will come, with all of it. Fifth mention, yes, fifth world will mention twin flames, and I know what twin flames, you know, say soulmate, twin flames. Someone said the other day they were waiting for a twin flame. That's just a way you can ask my dad. I've always been a bit, that's why I'm called Deli Daydream, or your head in the clouds about love, this, that, and the other, and it's not, you know, when they all put out, it's not a fairy tale, there's no such thing as true love. Yes, there is. They've kept it. There is. I've always believed in that. It's just that obviously if they do things like this, finding out all this now means there is, and everyone should experience it. Can you imagine everyone experiencing that? The world wouldn't all be fighting, would they? 33 on chat. I've got 31 on watching and 30 now when I said that. 10 thumbs up. It'll probably say more when I come off, like it always does. You're much wiser than years. I've always been like this. Everyone knows, look at this, for instance, right? I've never give up. It's, they're everywhere. I have hearts everywhere. Hearts. 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 Where's me for hearts? Hearts. All you need is love. Hearts. Hearts. Happy ever after. I've got more. Oh, here's a heart. Sorry, they're washing. Hearts. Hearts. Oh, here's another heart, actually. Heart. Remember the picture I did in flowers that says love? Always pumping that out all over the place. So, oh, this little thing here, it's a little candle holder. Hearts. Hearts everywhere. Because I believe that's what we were meant to, yeah, it's, you know, when you think about it now, they always say, oh, it's just a fairy tale. Yeah, they want you to think that because it's the highest energy. It's, do you know what I mean? It's what we all are, what we're all meant to be doing. Let me get a thing up on, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Yeah, you will get in trouble at work if they're not onto it. But let me just see. Right, let me type in. If everyone was loving each other and being in love, we wouldn't be all fighting, would we? Right, I've just Googled twin flame, right? There tends to be a lot of confusion, apparently this is what this bit says, about a twin flame relationship really is unlike soulmates, which are our perfect matches or our spiritual family. Twin flames are not our perfect mirrors. Relationships with twin flames tend to be on and off, on again, off again, intensely passionate and sometimes intensely painful. So, but then I've heard different as well. So I don't know what everyone else thinks about what a twin flame is, because I think some people have different, you know, sort of things on it. Human cloning toxic bell members trying to prolong their life in the physical world as much as possible in order to hang on to their positions in power and spend fortunes on medicine treatment. Yeah, shame they'll be going down though. Well, if they lived in love properly, they probably wouldn't have a problem with that, would they? Let me see what anyone else is saying. Your twin flame or twin soul is a person who you are destined to feel connected to on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. Your twin flame represents your friend, lover, and teacher in this life. So, you can't fix stupid. Time will tell, the truth will out. Yeah, twin flames for me is when two become one. Yeah, what does everyone else think? Because it doesn't really matter what Google says it is. Do you know what I mean? Because it's Google. I'm just saying. Twin flame and soul pod are different. Yeah, they say twin flame and soul's different. Trying to see if there's any different ways that people have put it on here. What's a twin flame? I've never really believed twin flame. The real purpose of the twin flame connection isn't to swirl around in love's bliss like a character in the... I don't know. Never met anyone who's so passionate she. I just am. Maybe the wave's gone off and it set me off with, you know, talking about what I talk about. Twin flame relationship versus soul mates. Describe soul mates as passionate friends of old, like your twin flame. When you meet your soulmate, it moves quickly since you feel like you've known them already. The belief is that you've known them for lifetimes. Oh, which reminds me of the film. That's like the film. Isn't that what the twin flame is? In who watched Cloud Atlas? Cloud Atlas was where the bottle empty, gotta go. Bye, Dad, or you're having a drink. Cloud Atlas. You remember when I said about the film Cloud Atlas? They went through different lifetimes of knowing each other. They were all different lifetimes. So at the end, they ended up together, but they had many lifetimes where they always met each other. So they were in a different storyline. Sometimes they might have got on, sometimes they might have, but they always met each other. Always met each other on the different lifetimes as something different. But at the end of that lifetime, thinking in Cloud Atlas, they actually were together and were married at the end and had grandkids and all that. But they've been together in many lifetimes. They always found each other. I don't mean they got together. They just always found each other, like always sort of knew each other. But they couldn't sort of remember properly. If anyone's watched that film, it is really good. You'd understand if you've watched it. But it's really good. But yeah, they do say twin flame's different to your soulmate. So I don't know what anyone else thinks about that. Yeah, my dad's finished his drink, so he's off now. Or this one says, twin flames are the embodiment of a singular soul. Your twin flame is never far away. So let me tap on that, see what that one says. Because a lot of people get confused about twin flames, and it says the souls. You only have one twin flame, and you are both parts of the same soul. Twin flames were once part of the same oversoul. Then at some point the souls split and went their separate ways. The souls spent time apart and gained experience from many lives through reincarnation. You don't have to meet your twin flame in one specific lifetime. Through the incarnation, you continue spending your life separate from one another. When are you supposed to meet your twin flame? Let's see what it says. Just out of curiosity what this says. There is no set time. It can happen by chance. It should not stop you from experience of relationships with people. It's essential you do encounter them and learn valuable lessons. I've learned some valuable lessons. Let's assume you've met your twin flame, but both of you don't recognise the connection. Will you be together forever? There is no guarantee. Your reunion with your twin flame is a powerful one, and one that requires mental fortitude and high level of maturity gained from many experiences and relationships from many past lives. That makes sense. You may meet your twin flame, but you might not be ready for the twin soul relationship. The connection might scare you because of new sensations. It's something entirely new for you. Both of you might pull away from each other. The purpose of twin flames isn't to progress together, but bring everyone around you under your wings and move forward. I'll jump in chat in a minute. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Are there twin flames meeting today? With the world finally realising, they finally realise now that with the world finally realising, some people bring out the best in them. Because that's what you need. You need someone who brings out the best in you, not someone who brings out the nasty. We can all have nasty inside, you know. You need someone who brings out the best in you. Never loved and lost. Yeah. Better loved and lost than never loved, exactly. Bring out the best in them. Everyone is out there looking for the Pacific person. More people are meeting their twin flame than ever before, and it will continue as the planet increases in vibration frequency, which I've just been talking about, and I didn't even know that was on here, but it's true because things are starting to happen, people. Frequency again. This doesn't mean that the twin flames will be staying together. For the union to work, critical spiritual lessons need learning. Even after you have found each other and proclaimed your love for each other, a twin flame bond doesn't mature until you both have full soul maturity. So you've got to get on them vibes and doing the spiritual doodah stuff. This can take time and effort to pull off, and it's quite common as twin flames. You might part ways for years on end from each other to deal with your emotions. Soul maturity is an essential part of twin relationship. With everyone looking for their twin flame, few have completely mastered this relationship. The twin flames are the beacon of light. There we go again. For everyone, they are role models, and people aspire to find the same connection. Can twin flames have children? Blah, 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 blah. How long have people known about twin flames? The concept of twin flames has been around for ages. Different names have been given to it, but it all means the same thing. Another common name people mistake for twin flames is soulmates. So maybe it is the same. Oh yeah, sorry, it's soulmates. Soulmates are considered to be two people who are fully compatible with each other on a spiritual and physical level. The same can be said for twin flames, but on a much higher intensity, because it's higher in frequency, I think. In ancient history and recent times, I'll come in chat in a minute. I'm just getting carried away reading this. There has always been a concept of the one. You know, we always go, I'm looking for the one. The one person who is expected to be everything you have dreamt of. The one person who sends shivers down your spine, and the one person who finishes your sentences. The one person who you know inside out, having met for the first time. What is the guarantee I'll meet my twin? You will meet your twin flame someday. The question isn't about if you will, it's when. You can spend many lifetimes without meeting your twin flame, because you say we go through lots of lifetimes, people. But that's what I think it's about, because love is the highest frequency till you find it. You know, you can go off on different paths because you get lost, or you just get distracted by other things till you find the right person. It might take you a lifetime to find them, like Bonnie and Clyde. But without meeting your twin flame, but in some life, you will meet them. It'll take a long time, people. Patience is a key virtue when it comes to this connection. You should also take into account that your twin flame may not be ready for you. Many are saying, I don't want to meet my twin flame yet. That is entirely reasonable. We all have immaturity within us, because that's the thing as you get older as well. You know what you want, what I was saying the other day, you know what you really are looking for within us that may or may not go away within any given lifetime. You might just never grow out of that for a while. Some get frustrated from the weight and can fall into depression and anxiety issues, while others will accept the challenge and consider it as a calm before the storm. Who says that? You can't write this, can you? Calm before the storm. Trump, Q. What happens after my twin flame passes? Sorry, I will come in a minute. I just like reading it. Your twin flame will remain precisely that forever. You may have parted ways physically in this lifetime, but you will be reunited eventually, because they've been keeping it. Your twin flame passing away can be very traumatic. Going through this will be the most challenged stage. Your twin flame passing away may cause soul shock. However, this phenomenon can work to bring you even closer to your twin flame. And remember that even through physically, your twin flame may be passed away, but he or she lives on in spirit. You can still feel their presence and you can connect telepathically, learning to cope with, because that's what they said telepathic is going to come in and all that sort of stuff is on that thing that I want you to go and read after. We all know about that with your pineal gland and everything. Telepathically, learning to cope with the worldly loss will make your bond stronger than you when you reunite when we go up to the whatever D we're saying it is. Again, maybe in your next life. Blah 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 blah. So just thought I'd chuck that in there. I'm lost. Came in the middle of. Oh, I was just talking about. There's a site I went on, and it was from a Twitter of someone who I think does Q and. Let me actually find out whose Twitter account it was, and then it'll make more sense. Talking about frequencies again and New Earth and what I believe is coming in, and when I read this, I was like, oh my God, that's what I've been talking about. Like even my dad said, must be that water you're drinking, that distilled water. You've been shouting all the stuff out for ages, and it's all in this thing. Yeah, that's why you really need to go and read. I'll give it you at the end because you can just read it like a book. It's big, but it makes sense to me. Where is it? Check on my dad's. It was, again, if you're on Twitter, you can go over to where we go one week on. It says @FindTruthQ, and you just need to tap on the link if you can find it. This one. So it's this one. And then you just need to tap on here, or you need to type in Google. It's xekleidoma.info, and then you'll get this. And then it's got a home page, and you just tap on which one you want to read. Go from top to bottom and read all of them. It's even got in, we talk about anyone who's into music and frequencies. It's even got one about music. I nearly fainted because, do you remember when I said about my favourite songs, and I go on about Michael Jackson and the songs he sang were beautiful, and you had the Earth song and all that, and he sang really beautiful songs, didn't he, about love and different things. It says on here, music with a message. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in a Wall, and then it says, a classic pop song about mind control embedded in the education and eliminates creativity and individuality. The Black Eyed Peas, Where is the Love? Because, where is the love? A song about the attention of people is consistently drawn to the negative by the mass media, which I've just been talking about, you know, through the things I was just talking about. It's you're welcome. If I find something I think you might be I'm interested in it, so I just talk about it, and I know there's a lot of you that, you know. So we had the Black Eyed Peas, we had something, I don't even know what that is, Eminem, Not Afraid, song from the famous rapper who sold his soul to the cabal and later reclaimed it. Elvis Presley, In the Ghetto. The King of Rock appeals to the people's empathy and sympathy for the poor in this classic song. Michael Jackson, Earth Song. The King of Pop painting the suffering of the world in music. That's why they got rid of him, because he was painting a lot of things out there to the people to listen. Michael Jackson, Heal the World. That's what's going to happen. Doesn't sound to me like the Wacko Jacko he was made out for the cabal's media. They made out he was Wacko Jacko. He wasn't Wacko Jacko. He didn't do all that stuff with the kids. That's what they said he did, because we know what they do when they assassinate your character, because he was coming from love. You could tell by his songs. He didn't want to do that to kids. Look at his father. It just annoys me, because I loved Michael Jackson. I know he didn't do that sort of stuff. Heal the World doesn't sound like to me the Wacko Jacko he was made out to be by the cabal's media, but a very kind and sincere spirit instead. Michael was killed for betraying the cabal agenda, like so many others. And believe me, I've seen videos of him when he was doing a music thing and he was dancing away to himself, loving his music, and they started doing his hair and touching him, and he was like this behind his hair as if to say, get off me. He knew what they were doing. He knew what they were doing. Calcify your pineal glands, people. Yeah, you do need to start decalcifying your pineal glands. I think it's helped me with my distilled water. I don't drink fluoride water. Reawaken your mind and open your third eye, iodine, turmeric. Yeah, all the good stuff basically. And I think all the good food will come back in, because not everything's brilliant, but you know what I mean. Michael Jackson, what am I always shouting out? Man in the mirror. Man in the mirror. Michael inviting us all to look at our own errors first. Stop judging. Look in the mirror at yourself, what you're doing, right? Christina Aguilera, I sang that the other day. Well, tried to. I won't say I sang it. Great song for restoring our self-esteem and confidence. You are beautiful. You're all beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Tupac, I think he got sacrificed as well, didn't he? Tupac Shakur, I can never say his name. Unconditional Love, because it is about unconditional love. Empowering and light-bringing song, the kind of which made the cabal take him out, as we all know. If you don't, it's all over YouTube. Bob Marley, Redemption Song. The king of reggae performed this magic in many songs, and this one calls for reconciliation. His presence, energy, messages, I just get tingles. Performances had a profound positive impact on people around the world. So the cabal didn't want him to stay around. Of course he didn't, because he was bringing people up in a higher frequency of love. Because when you think about one love, let's get together and feel alright. Do you remember Scatman? That dooby-dum-dum-dum-dee-dum, that I can't remember what the Scatman, I'm a Scatman. It was a bit daft like, but it says Scatman, original song that makes you go giddy and tells us to use your imagination and creativity, because you're having a bit of fun with it, you know, and it was fun. That one. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Now we know what happened to Whitney, and if you've not been onto this, then this is it. When You Believe, the song When You Believe, I'm always saying I believe this is coming in. Uplifting and stimulating song tells us there are no limits to what's possible. The cabal got their clutches on Whitney, made out she was a druggie and this and did all, you know. Sacrifice. Link coming. Adele, hello Illuminati. Illuminati exposed. Hello Satan, demon worship. Yeah, there's yeah. What else was there? John Lennon. Imagine. And the master explains how to find it. He was killed by a monarch, totally mind-controlled slave sent by the cabal after revealing in a radio show how music is used to program and condition people. Well, boom. Because if anyone remembers, when I did a video months back, all my videos on Vincent Fusca, I went on Facebook, I found a shop by Vincent Fusca in New York. I looked at all the pictures. I didn't get this off anyone else. I found it myself. It also disappeared, but there is a video way back if you want to go and look at it. I saw all the codes in it. There was a world for the world turning. There was a globe in the shop. There was no prices on anything. There was a picture of Marilyn Monroe because she was connected to JFK and extraterrestrial and what she saw. There was also a picture of John Lennon in the shop. Marilyn Monroe and John Lennon. I didn't know the connection with John Lennon at first. And there was rope put round it, like they sectioned it off like a murder scene. And I was like, hang on a minute, this is a bit odd. And then a week or so after that went down, I saw the connection in them pictures. I even told my dad, he went, oh, there's a shop out. And I looked at it, went, have you not seen all the signs in it? I was like, oh my God. So this, you really need to go and read this. It's good reading, people, especially if you like reading. It goes on about health and food, love for all, what we can do, visions for the future. And what the visions for the future. Bringing balance and harmony. Yeah, the big reads, you know what I mean? It's worth reading. It's good. Money and the thing that once ruled the world. Art and architecture. Circle, sphere, pyramids. Oh, I didn't see all this. Circle, the most simple shape in the sacred I can never say this, geometry, is a circle. Each point of the circle has the same distance. Oh, hang on, what's that? It is a total balance, harmonious shape of the feminine energy, expression, unity, and total. The circle represents the circles of life in eternity. The positive extraterrestrials create crop circles, don't they? Crop circles. And when I said the other day the pentagon, everyone thinks, oh, it's witchy, it's evil. No, it's not. It's a circle with a star in it, the right way round, earth, air, fire and water, the elements of earth. The top point of the star is spirit. The circle is the feminine, is the circle of life. Nothing freaky about that, people. So it tells you about the pyramid, Iraq. The spiral pyramid expresses merge of feminine and masculine energies and the ascension to unity consciousness through all uncompromising endeavour. It's brilliant. Pentagram. Oh, there's a pentagram. Of a gold 5 and pointed stars. Star is a shape where all 5... Hang on, let's see if it says what I said. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. The points of the pentagram signify 5 elements: solid earth, liquid water, generous air, energetic fire, and spirit being the 5th elementals in the human body. Head, 2 arms. I have said this before. If anyone remembers that I did do a video on this and I actually said this. Let me find it. And those like you that follow me when I'm waffling about this stuff, yeah, is, right, probably told off other people it's scary. So let me draw it out, right. It's not very good. Pentagram, circle of life, earth, air, fire, water. Oh, that's the wrong star, actually. Forget that one. Hang on, let me do it again. It's more like the Rothschilds. Right. There. Ooh, witchy scary, you know. Yeah, it's not scary. So, 5-pointed star. Earth, air, fire, water, elements of earth that are found in us as well. This one, pointing up, spirit. When it's that way, it's not meant to be goody. I know rock stars use it. Some of them don't know what it is. Some of them do. I'm not saying they're all that way, like that. You know, it's supposed to be the goat head. But they just use it, you know, whatever. Circle of life. It also means... Not that I can draw it. Us. We are from the stars. We're made of elements of its head, There's your arms. And there's your legs, because it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So you can say something is an extraterrestrial, could be sort of humanoid, as in it's got a head, 2 arms and 2 legs, like us. Might look a little bit different, but it's still got the 5 points, if you want to call it. Hi, if anyone gets what I'm talking about. You've seen the body that's out like that, you know, the circle around it, you know, I don't even know what it's called. So, so it goes through all the different shapes. You know, you're told to think that it's evil if you see that, you know, necklace on someone. I've got one somewhere. It doesn't mean that at all. It goes through absolutely everything. It's really good. Permaculture and substance agriculture, space and exploration, loads, animals. As the advanced technologies that were kept secret will be revealed, then the forces of the Galactic Confederation will share their technologies. The cosmos will be open for exploration. It is a most adventurous time that awaits us. Just goes on about really good stuff. And it also goes on about Ashtar, if anyone knows about Ashtar and the Ascendant Masters and all this great stuff that I've looked into it before, and it's all in there. And I just think it's really, really, really good. So, a Da Vinci thing, yeah. Yeah, we're all decoding everything now. Hi. I can't type the symbols. What the name to what symbols? But that is all in that thing that you can go and read. It's all in there. So sorry, I don't know what anyone's been saying. You are Dolly's #1 fan above. Oh yeah. So Prince had been saying the same his whole career, yeah, and they slipped him, yeah, yeah. He was also singing Purple Rain, and yeah, I think he died on the Queen's birthday, you know, because Purple Rain doesn't mean rain from purple. He used to talk about chemtrails as well. So I have actually studied everything, as in I just went down all the rabbit holes, but now I see that it's all connecting. Even though some of it you have to filter, because, like I said, they do put stuff out there the same as what you're listening to, like extraterrestrial stuff, but not everybody's telling the truth. They put disinformation everywhere to confuse you. But in that is what I believe. And some people have said that just sounds like Agenda 21 turned to make it look better. So you're going to go off, you know, thinking, oh, I'm going to the right places, I'm going to be healed. I don't believe that. I believe that's what was going to happen. It's been changed. And then you think of what happened on 11/11. The wave went around the earth and CERN has been shut down. They were using CERN to dumb us down and to change our DNA. And we've got more strands than we were told. Here, Dolly gives a Jon Snow. Oh, it won't come out if I'm thinking about it. It'll just be winter's coming, Jon Snow. It just comes out when it comes out. So winter's coming. If it starts snowing, I'll be saying it. Winter's coming. We must be on the wall. So I don't know if that made sense to anyone, but it's absolutely brilliant. It talks about, from the beginning, it talks about the cabal. It talks about Theresa May. It talks about Bush's death. It talks about everything. Because I do talk to somebody who's like, but that's the plan to make you think like that. I'm like, no, it was, but this is the good plan. This is what I believe. It's got about ascension in it, new earth, how it's just everything. We're going through the phases at the minute. We've got the phases of what's going on now with Q, and then the next phase in 2019 at the beginning is all the Hillary and all that. And apparently, I don't know if you've seen it because I haven't seen it yet. The Bush funeral, apparently Hillary was coughing or doing that head thing that she usually does, you know, the Kuru disease that she's got or whatever, and all that, and looked like she was falling asleep. So yeah, I'm just like, but it's got all the, I just loved it because it's got all the I don't know if Fifth World can see this. Actually, let me just read this bit, because you lot who are on the spiritual path, we're all going to be coming to that anyway. Yeah, the Tesla machine, I just think of that now, and all that sort of stuff is, where did it say about, Ashtar. Said something about Ashtar. I don't know. It's got everything in there, and it's all good stuff. And I was just excited to read it, and I haven't read it all yet, but I don't sort of need to read it all because it's what I actually think. Carter's wife fell asleep. Yeah, it does make me think more about Tesla, and it's like I said to someone today. I was like, yeah, I've done my nails. They're still John because they've got blue on here, but I need to do this hand. I only got one hand done. You can't see, these have got pink glitter in the middle, but I've got the blue. But this one, do you remember when someone put a post out for JFK Jr. and said we're looking for an event? Because there's an event coming, and it was a Christmas event with snowflakes. This one, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the little snowflakes? It's got little snowflakes on it. So I'm like, these are like got pink and silver, and these have got blue, pink and silver. So I've just got to do this hand. They're for Christmas. Bling bling. Yeah, just one-handed at the minute. I'm always one-handed. Hopefully I'll get that one done tomorrow. To have to walk around like that. I had gloves on today though. It was raining, so you couldn't tell that I've got one hand different than the other. But yeah, Dolly, there was something about that, the starfish. Something about starfish being, I've always wanted to look into that. Oh, about a starfish. Starfish beings. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. I think there's things in dolphins. I think dolphins are like celestial. I don't know. I think dolphins. That's why I've always thought seahorses are beautiful because they mate forever, don't they? They're dead cute. Yeah, and I have noticed glitter again. No, I don't mean for my glittery nails, obviously. But yeah, but pentagram. Oh yeah, pentagram. Yeah. Starry Day. I don't know. Don't know. Dolphins, mermaids. Yeah, could have been. So I'm going to go. I just wanted to talk about that because I was just buzzing off it. So I'm going to let you know. I want you all to go and read it. If you're into all this sort of stuff, Dave, I should have finished the bag off by Friday, don't worry. And then I've got to start Sandy's. I've been a bit distracted, to tell the truth. Please go over to it because it is, if you're into this sort of stuff, but like I said, it's not just that, it's on everything, and it's on the Cabal, everything. You've got like quite a lot to get through. So if you're bored at any time, you want something to read in bed or whatever, how do you not scratch bleeding yourself? You just get used to, you don't scratch yourself. It doesn't, just get used to them. I do better with long nails than I do with short, if that makes sense, but you know, thanks for the site. Yeah, I'm going to shout it out again and show you what it looks like because if you're into all this sort of stuff, if you're on Twitter, like I said, just go over there and tap on it, and it's easier to you know, you just tap on the link on this site if you're on Twitter, and then you go straight to it and start from the beginning. Thank you. And then if you're not on Twitter, you need to go on Google. What do you need to go on Google? You need to go on Google. It's XEKLE. Go and get a pen because I'll say it again. xekleidoma.info. And just go and read it and see what you think. Everything on there is how I see New Earth is going to be. And it talks about everything. Bye, Dolly and friends. Good to see you. Yeah. So I'm going to say that again. If anyone's not got a pen, go and get a pen. And I'll just say it one more time before I go. And I'll just pull one card out before I go. And then I'll probably see you tomorrow. I haven't looked at the bush thing and all that. So I just haven't. But I will. Great things coming anyway. Because don't forget, 3 days of mourning, 3 days of celebrating a good man. And that didn't mean him. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Hi, Anon. I'm Anon. Yeah, I'll do a card. I pulled out a card before and it was the world card, funnily enough. So it was, if anyone's got a pen, it was xekleidoma.info. We went into infinity. Woo! What did Buzz Lightyear say? Infinity and beyond. So yeah. Right, card. Let me get the card. I'm gonna pull one way or another. I'm gonna find you. Why am I singing that? Kathleen, you singing? Can you type or link and put in chat? Yeah, when I come off, I promise I'll put the name of it again because I know some people don't understand me. But I promise I will. I know I'm really rubbish, but I will. Into infinity and beyond, yeah. So I think good things are coming. Like I said before, when people think, oh, it's the same side of the coin, why the hell would you do all this when if people are saying Trump's the same thing, and because we know it's all played out on camera, but he's playing along with that. But you know, when you might as well have just let Hillary win. What is the point? What is the point? Yeah, random songs. I think I've had some random songs today. I'll tell you what, they must have set something good off because this morning, it was early, next door, it was hilarious, was playing I Wanna Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston, then did some more Whitney Houston songs, then did a George, Wham. And I was like, dead loud, and I thought, ooh, they don't normally do that first thing in the morning. That's it. Look what Michael's put there. Is it Michael Michelle? Sorry. The name there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I'll just wait for something to jump out. Oh, two have just fell on the floor. Let me just pick them up. Here we go. Like I keep saying now, you know, if you follow me, we've had these cards before. And the reason why I think we get the cards all the time is, and we don't get a lot of different cards, because I'm not being funny. I've got all those cards. You've not even seen half of these cards. I'll just let you have a look at them because the pictures are beautiful. Because it's the cards telling me to shut up, basically. You don't need to keep pulling cards out because this is what's happening, if anyone gets what I'm saying. It's not, do you know what I mean? We could have had a lot of these. You haven't even seen all of these. Love Matters. These beautiful cards. There's so many that could come out, and we've had quite a lot of that been the same, because to me that's the card saying you don't need to keep pulling them out because I've already told you what's going on. Hungry Eyes one, look at you. So what's just came out is clear out the old. Well, the old is getting cleared out because the old guard is going down. It's gone down. It's just them pumping stuff out. It's already happened. You know, look what we've got. The key. The key to what? Look at the picture. The key to a new world. The key to ascension. An owl. What's this here? What's this, people? Somebody. What's it called? What's it called? Stonehenge. There's Stonehenge. There's Stonehenge with a time around it, like time machine. If anyone can see, it's got a stopwatch. Waters. Someone's got blinkers on, but the light's coming out because to me it's saying the truth is coming. Blinkers no more, if you know what I'm saying. You know, we've been blinded to a lot of stuff, but the light's there. The light's coming. What else have we got? Can't even see myself. There's a sundial. I think it's there's a sundial there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a sundial. There's a rainbow with a star. Shooting star. Look, shooting star. Make a wish. Make a wish. Trying to look. There's lots of things in that picture, but basically says clear out the old. So we are clearing out the old, aren't we? We're ready for the new. Next card is, this is a nice one, basically, make a wish. Well, I've made a lot of wishes. You know, it's all greeny as well, you know, new earth, very green and luscious and beautiful, and make a wish. Put your intentions out there for the planet as well, not just for, you know, So all got to be together, people. All got to be together. I will just do one more to make it a third. We'll just do 3. Wishes. Yeah, wishes. See, I was speaking to someone say, I always talk about love, always wanted love, always have things in my house that I love because that is the highest frequency. And obviously I've always been vibing on that because that is the biggest thing that makes the world go around, makes the universe work. That's what I've always thought it was. So I'll just do one more for you all. Key to the heart, yeah? Key to the heart. So just remember, people, you could be meeting your twin flames. You might have been through many, many, many past lives. But that's what I was meant to say before, because we were talking about that, sorry, was when it said that about past lives, but you go through many because you have to learn things and come to a spiritual maturity. Like I said before, don't look at past relationships as like, they're in the past, but because you learn from them. And if you have to go through something to learn in the end when you come to a spiritual maturity of what you really want. And then you know what you want and you know what you don't want. And that's what I was saying yesterday to you, the other day, about don't let opportunities pass you by because you're too set in every man's the same, every woman's the same, every man's not the same and every woman's not the same. And I believe with the reset of Earth, that will all fade and everyone will realise what they've been doing and blah, blah, blah. Like I said. So this is for everybody, this next card. I mean, that was as well, but, Let's see if I can do this on camera or not. Because these are big cards, I don't know if I can do it. No, not properly. Austin Powers. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, do-do-do-do-do-do. My God, Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Oh, God, don't get me doing that. It's already Jon Snow, I'm not doing Austin Powers. Do-do-do-do. Austin Powers. Oh, my God. Ah, that's a good comedy guy. I should watch that, actually. I was thinking about what can I watch that's funny. Yeah, baby. Get in my belly. Get in my belly. Is that off Austin Powers? That big, the ginger guy? Get in my belly. I love babies. Get in my belly. Is that Scottish? Scottish accent. I can do a Scottish accent. I can only say that though. Get in my belly. Yeah, you should be watching a lot of comedies. Good. Told someone to watch Serendipity. Serendipity is a good film. City of Angels. Oh my God. I want my baby back ribs. Is that what he says? I want my baby back ribs. I can't say that. Get in my belly. Right, this is taking a long time to jump out, but... Big fat bit. Oh, yeah, big fat... Yeah. I won't say it. Hang on, this is taking a long time. See you, Jimmy. Yeah, see you, Jimmy. See you, Jimmy. See you. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, God. Can't believe this. Right. They're not in order because they just fell on the floor, but there's 4, so I'll just quickly say what they were. I did mention seahorses before because seahorses, I love seahorses. They're cute, but they connect for life, don't they? They mate for life, so I just think they're really cute. So be your best self always, as we've said. Reminds me of Melania Trump. Be best. She says be best because she's cute. Be best. So be your best self always. Austin Powers, laugh me ass off. Empowerment. We're all going to be empowered. We're all being empowered. See, you can have struggles, but we're all being empowered people. Seek beauty, because beauty is beautiful. Women, make yourself beautiful. It's good to be, you put women down sometimes. Oh, you don't have to wear. No, you don't. Women like being the feminine divine's coming in. Women like to feel beautiful. They like to look beautiful, and they like beautiful things. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying about the material. It's consuming. Yeah, as long as you're not you're doing it in the right way, you can have things and be beautiful. Because like I said, it is about all love coming into the physical as well. And guess what the last one is? Guess what the last one is, seeing as this is what I've just been talking about, and sometimes you have to accept it and not push it away, is, and I've always loved this picture as well because it's two coming together, but it's like nature as well, which obviously is the thing, is acceptance of love. I love this picture, because it's trees as well. Love trees. She's like the ivy, if you can see it. Acceptance of love. So that just says it all, done it, between a man and a woman, like I was just talking about before, the highest, energy when you're in love with someone, but also with nature, because we all need to love nature as well instead of destroying it. So yeah, cool tree. I should try and paint something like that. It's nice. So yeah. So that's today's cards. Someone who, I don't know if they're honest, someone showed me on Instagram today they'd actually gone out. I don't know if they found them in a charity shop, thrift shop to the Americans. They found some oracles. Hi, they found some, I'm going now. They found some oracle cards, and I think they were fairy ones as well, because I've got about 9 packs of different cards. So I'm off now. I've done my bit. And I'm going to put in, you are just pure love, bubble doll. Yeah, I am. So I'll write in the link, not the link, I'll write what the name is, and I want you to all go over it if you're interested. I'm not telling you have to do it. And go through all of it. You could go through one a night, because they are pretty long reads. Well, they're not that long, actually. But if you're into all that ascension stuff, but it's got everything in it, the Kabbalah and everything. So if you want to, go and read it, see what you think. Be good. So yes, so remember, 3 days of mourning and then 3 days of celebrating a good man. So, yeah. So, I'll most likely see you tomorrow. So, bye. I'll be doing your bag, Dave, as well.